I've always been the responsible older sister, Emily. My younger sister, Chloe, was the family favorite, the one everyone adored. After our father passed away, I put my own dreams on hold to stay home, care for our mother, and make sure Chloe could go to college. While I worked, she blossomed, showered with love and praise, maybe a little too spoiled. So when Chloe got engaged to a wonderful, wealthy man named Ryan, I was genuinely happy for her. I offered to help with the wedding planning, hoping it would be a chance for us to reconnect. But she barely included me, making decisions with her friends and leaving me on the sidelines. Still, I wanted to show her how much I cared. I took our grandmother's heirloom diamond bracelet, a piece full of memories, and had it beautifully boxed. I hoped this gift would bridge the growing distance between us. The wedding day arrived, a grand affair at a stunning ballroom. I got there early, wearing a simple but elegant blue dress. Guests in lavish outfits streamed past me, finding their seats at tables adorned with flowers and candles. At the entrance, a wedding planner handed me a seat card. It read, "Table 23, hallway extension." I thought it must be a mistake. I politely asked the planner to double. Her response was a cold confirmation. The bride approved the seating chart herself. Confused, I walked through the magnificent hall, past all the happy, chatting guests. Table numbers went up and up, but I couldn't find 23. Finally, I reached the end of the ballroom, near a service corridor leading to the restrooms. And there it was. A small, wobbly table with 3 empty chairs. Next to it stood a large, overflowing trash bin. My name tag, Emily Johnson, was crookedly placed on the cheap tablecloth. My heart sank. This wasn't a mistake. It was a message. I tried to keep my composure, fighting back the waves of embarrassment. Just then, Chloe walked by, laughing with her bridesmaids. I managed a shy wave. She turned, and a smirk played on her lips. "Oh, you found your seat," she said, her voice dripping with false sweetness. "We had limited space, you know. Hope you understand." Some of the guests nearby overheard and let out a few awkward chuckles. I forced a smile, but my face felt like stone. The humiliation was crushing. Seeing my expression, Chloe leaned in and whispered sharply, "Don't you dare make this about you. This is my day." And with that, she spun around and walked away, not even waiting for a reply. I sat down at my lonely table in the hallway. The joyful music and laughter from the main hall felt a world away, echoing strangely in the corridor. Waiters bustled past, their trays full of delicious food, but they never once looked in my direction. When my meal finally arrived, it was cold. Clearly, the last plate scraped together from leftovers. From my seat, I could hear the speeches. My mother took the microphone, her voice full of pride as she talked about her wonderful daughter, Chloe. She recounted Chloe's achievements, her beauty, her charm. She didn't mention my name once. It was in that moment I truly understood. I wasn't just overlooked, I was invisible to my own family. My hand rested on the gift box in my lap, the one containing our grandmother's bracelet. A profound sadness washed over me, but it was mixed with something else's strange sense of peace. I had given everything for them, sacrificed my dreams, my time, my heart, and my reward was a seat next to the garbage. I had enough. Quietly, I stood up, clutching the gift box. I walked out of the venue, past the oblivious staff and celebrating guests. No one stopped me. No one even noticed I was gone. I sat in my car for a long time, watching the silhouettes dancing inside, my own sister among them, completely unaware that her only sister had just left her wedding. Driving home under the glittering city lights, The silence in my car was a welcome relief. Back in my apartment, I poured myself a glass of wine and put the bracelet back in my jewelry drawer. For the first time in years, I didn't cry. I felt free. The next morning, my phone was buzzing with missed calls and messages. My mother texted, "Where are you? Chloe's upset." Then a message from Chloe's new husband, Ryan, "Please call me." Something happened. I ignored them all. I was done being their emotional support, their problem solver. A few hours later, my mother showed up at my door, her face pale with panic. "Emily, thank God you're here," she cried. "All of Chloe's wedding gifts were stolen from the gift room last night." My heart skipped a beat. She continued, her voice trembling. And someone said, "You left early. They're saying, Chloe thinks you did it. She thinks you were angry about your seat and took something to get back at her." I was stunned. After everything, they thought I was a thief. The hurt was so deep, it felt like a physical blow. Without a word, I walked to my bedroom, opened my drawer, and took out the velvet box. I walked back and handed it to my mother. "Here's the missing gift," I said, my voice cold and steady. "The one I was going to give her." My mother opened the box, and her eyes widened at the sight of the sparkling diamond bracelet. The truth hit her like a tidal wave, and she began to sob, muttering, "Oh, Emily, I'm so sorry." But her apologies felt empty. "It's too late for sorry, Mom," I said, my voice devoid of emotion. Just then, Chloe herself arrived, storming into my apartment, her face a mask of fury. She didn't even wait for an explanation. "How could you?" she shrieked. "You ruined my wedding. You were so jealous you had to steal from me." I looked at her, my sister, a stranger, filled with venom. Calmly, I replied, "You ruined your own wedding the moment you decided my rightful place was next to the trash cans. It was just a seat," she scoffed, completely dismissing my feelings. "You're always so dramatic." But as she was about to launch into another tirade, her phone rang. It was Ryan. We could hear his voice clearly. "Chloe, they caught him. The police have the security footage. It was one of the catering staff." Chloe's face went white. The accusation died on her lips as the reality of her cruelty, her baseless accusation, finally sank in. She looked at me, her mouth opening and closing, but no words came out. There was nothing left to say. I had spent my life trying to earn her love, but now I saw it was a prize I never wanted. I quietly closed the door, shutting her out of my home and my life. In the silence that followed, I finally chose my own peace over their pain, and I never looked back. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.